just the way the extra bits. And the nutrition one is just what I was talking about, that there's lots of myths out there that you have to eat certain things or not eat certain things for breastfeeding, and really it's just about a healthy, nutritious diet that you normally have.
Water, isn't it? I remember being told to have like a bottle of water every feed, like to try and, maybe that was just to prompt myself to keep it up, I don't know, but yeah.
Certainly normal 2 litres a day.
Yeah.
Pure steak.
Nice one.
The other thing I used to do was have a hair tie on my wrist so I could keep up with which side I'd feed, because first thing in the morning you can tell which one's full and which one's not, but by the end of the day sometimes you forget. Or when they're cluster feeding you're like, crap, which side was it?
Yeah. So quite often with feeding you are recommended to do completely let baby drain one side, give them a really good burp, bring them over onto the other side, and then they'll always sort of nod off without fully draining that one. So it's a good idea next time baby wakes for a feed to go back onto that one that they only had a bit of. But tired mummy brains, we do often forget which side we were. So like you were saying, I had just a bead bracelet that I used to flip from side to side. There are of course enterprising people that have made milk bands and all sorts of things, but as you're saying, a hair tie or something like that works just
well, I know someone you can buy little pegs.
Yeah.
Just peg onto their bra.
Which side? So,
Yeah.
I was going to say, people come up with all sorts of ideas of how to remember, so whatever works for you, but that's just sort of that recommendation of going back onto that side. So we're going to move on to safe sleep. So safe sleep for babies, no matter where it is. So safe sleep means that they're face up, face is clear, and they're smoke free. So the really important thing about that smoke free is throughout pregnancy as well. So face up, so your baby's drive to breathe works best in this position. And it's pretty much a built-in alarm that sort of reminds them to breathe works best with the on their backs, with their face is clear. You don't want baby to get too hot, so that's partially the face clear thing. You also don't want anything to move up over baby's face that may prevent them being able to breathe. And the smoke free, so it's to grow and develop smoke free. Smoking harms babies, especially during pregnancy. And smoking takes oxygen and weakens vital organs as they develop, and it pretty much lessens their drive to breathe. So babies that are exposed to smoke during pregnancy actually grow being used to less oxygen, and so whereas another baby may stir when oxygen levels get to a certain level, a baby that's been in a smoked pregnancy may not stir at that level. Your baby is also designed to be close by to you. So that's in the same room as you, and that has shown a huge reduction in SIDS. So that's one of the key messages, as well as this face up, face clear and smoke free, is to have baby close to you. I did see a rather funny joke about in the caveman days that we think they raced off and dug out another cave to make the nursery. No, baby was, with mum, and if baby was left without mum, baby wouldn't have survived. So baby is meant to be with us, and also to be handled gently. So what we were talking about, always supporting your head, supporting your neck, are all ways of protecting baby. SUDI stands for sudden unexplained death syndrome. A lot of us remember the 80s. I was going to say, there's quite a few that won't remember the 80s looking at you. I should take that back. In the 80s, it was called cot death, and that changed because they found out, babies could unfortunately pass away from this syndrome, not necessarily in a cot. It could be in a car seat, it could be somewhere else, and it is just an unexplained death. For some reason, their drive to breathe doesn't happen. It's normally in their sleep, but it can be because of things in their sleeping environment, like pillows or duvets going over their faces, or things that we can drive to breathe, so what we talked about smoking. The most at risk for some babies is some babies have that weaker drive to breathe from smoke and pregnancy. Low birth weight is another one, so not necessarily preem, but a full-term baby that's a very low birth weight for some reason. Being born prematurely, being bottle fed or being unwell. In some sleeping situations can increase the risk, so there is loose covers, lots of loose blankets around them, being tightly swaddled, and pillows, unsafe positioning or very soft bedding. So we don't want babies sleeping on a big cloud, we don't want babies on bean bags, you want them on a nice firm
Cats are
mattress.
what you have to watch out for too, eh?
Can do. Some people do talk about cats getting into cots and things. If you've got a cat and you are setting up a cot, set the cot up before baby comes home. If you see a cat in it, I have heard people in balloons.
Oh yeah, or tin foil, because they don't like the feel of tin foil. I can understand why a cat would want to hop into a bed because there's lovely, nice and warm rain game sleeping away there. Go and snuggle up. I would just make it 100% cats not allowed in baby's room and just enforce that with them. But it is something spoken about, you know, that cats could smother.
We don't have a cat, but I just heard it.
Yeah.
That they can.
Yeah, I have heard that balloon one of leaving some balloons under the blanket, cat jumps in and goes bang, gets 5 its life without getting hurt. But associates bassinet with bad banging noises and it doesn't come back. How do you guys feel that? So you will have this drummed into you at the hospital too. They will have little posters attached to the wee bassinet.
Bumpers.
Really not a good idea.
Yeah, because I had a bumper with Riley and then somebody said to me, oh, what have you got? I bought like a bumper cot set this time around, and I was like, I just never even thought about it. Because he used to get lodged in the cot, and that's when I found it more helpful than not. But
I was going to say they were made so babies didn't put their hands through them.
But when they're that little, they're not moving that much.
No. The risk of them is if baby rolls and ends up with their face against a solid fabric. It's the same as having a blanket come up over their face. There's also, you don't want baby to roll down into a gap. So you want all mattresses to be snug fitting. You don't want gaps in between the rails or anything in the mattress. It always needs to be quite snug. So no matter where you put baby to sleep, you're going to want to check for those things, that baby is going to remain on their back, that it's a safe environment as far as nothing's going to cover their face is going to remain clear. So it's not about them just going to bed with their face clear, that their face will remain clear throughout the duration of the sleep, and smoke free. So obviously no smoking near baby, no smoking in the household, and most of us have got a great aunt, so I would rather that, you know, smoked with all her kids and it'll be right. And you just need to, you know, my house, my rules type thing, and no, you know, we don't smoke. And yeah, making sure that bedding's firm is another really important one. So a lot come with really quite loose bedding, and you do need to make sure that it fits, but no
buttons. But in the bottom as well, don't you? Yeah.
So in a bassinet or a cot, you're wanting your feet down towards the bottom, and you're going to make the bed up so it's only just stool to armpit height, and that's so if baby does slide throughout the night, they're not going to slide far because their feet are going to hit the bottom and they can't slide under the blankets. Some of us do end up tilting bassinets slightly. If baby's got a wee bit of upset tummy or is a wee bit colicky or refluxy, you can help them if they're slightly elevated. But again, that's really, really important. You've got baby's feet to the base because you don't want them sliding into those blankets. So the other one I like to talk about is co-sleeping. So co-sleeping or bed sharing. Ministry of Health says do not do it, and they will reinforce that. I prefer to talk about it because 80% of people do actually say they will bed share with children at some time, and to me it's more important that you know how to do it as safely as possible than just sitting in the same job are some really lovely benefits to co-sleeping. Mum and child, the main keys to it is babies under their own blanket, so they're still on a nice firm surface, so your mattress has to be good. There has to be no big gap between your mattress and the edge of your bed. You also don't want to be, there's only a little gap between your bed and the wall, so that should they roll, they will go down. Always next to mum. That is to do with that breastfeeding relationship and how breastfeeding mothers are very, very aware of where their baby is. The other idea is to have a cot right up next to the bed. You can actually get ones called co-sleepers, but a bassinet or a cot pushed right up to the bed gives you the benefits of, you can see quite obviously, with baby sleeping next to mum, how beneficial that is to the breastfeeding relationship, because you can just roll baby over and feed them.
Hello.
You can't actually do that if you have to get up and get out of bed, so it is a lot more disturbed. If you've got baby just straight against you.
Sorry, it's the daughter.
It's daughter. You can just sort of bring baby to you to feed them, and then put them back once you finish feeding. So it's still that really nice, close relationship. But they're still on a slightly separate sleeping surface. Got to be still on their back or their side, and no pillows. So you need to make sure the pillow is right away from baby. Really, really important. So safe co-sleeping and not safe co-sleeping have all been lumped in together. Most of the deaths that are associated with bed sharing do actually have most of these factors in place of either mum or dad have been drinking or smoking. Definitely. If you're under the influence of anything, do not be cheats with other siblings. And so you see this cute little post of, babies all cuddle up together. A child under the age of 1 should not be sleeping with another child unsupervised. So as they become toddlers, etc., it's okay, they're more aware of their own body and more rounds and wake up if things go amiss. Not under the age of 1. Not between mum and dad, and that's what we were talking about, how mum is very, very aware of where baby is. I'm not saying dad isn't, but it is to do with that breastfeeding relationship and just part of our actual mothering brain.
Wake up to a sound that just seems to be non-existent to everyone else.
If you do bed share, you will actually wake up to the slightest movement, but in a good way. You're waking up without being fully aroused. You're just sort of waking up, assessing baby, more than likely offering breast, and then you sort of just stay awake-ish while baby's feeding, and then you actually don't knock back off again until you feel baby come off, but you are getting extra sleep doing it. Dad is just not as aware of that yet. There's also potential for baby to overheat between two adult bodies. Not on the sofa. So that's with anybody on a couch. Couches hold lots of potential risks for babies. As we spoke about, rolling into something else, but rolling into you, you're more likely to go into a strange position yourself on the couch. And never under a duvet or toys. So you are going to want to use a separate blanket for baby. So you and hubby still have your blankets, but baby's got their own separate space. Any questions about that?
Probably said it before when he was on the phone, but do you have those PP pod things often? Or?
I personally haven't dealt with PP pods.
Yeah, I've just noticed them recently.
Te Korowai Trust will give you one here in Nelson if that's something you want to use. PP pod is very, very similar to a Moses basket, but smaller in size, and it's very similar to what we're talking about, a side sleeper, except for baby still stays up on the bed with you, but it is giving them their own separate space. I have got this here. So this is by Michael Odent, who, if you want to read more about safe co-sleeping with infants, he's a doctor that has looked into it an awful lot. There's lower rates of SUDI, etc. in countries that this is the norm. So Japan, etc. but the risk factors that are associated with bed sharing that we think of generally aren't in existence in the countries that it is very, very normal. So where we've got higher SUDI rates, it's really associated with alcohol, severe obesity, under-impairment of things, and just not doing it safely. So I'm not saying yes, you have to proceed, but I'm not saying don't not ever do it. I'll just write the information both ways, should you choose to do it. So, can I have a volunteer to make a bed for me? Anyone have a volunteer for me? Oh, come on.
He loves making beds.
There we go. He's been volunteered.
I won't fold the corners right.
That's fine. So, I want everyone to be involved though for poor old Heath. So here, I've got, so this is the Moses basket, the set of our bassinet, but very, very similar. So we've got baby, so I'll let Tanya look after baby. And so we have got blankets and sheets and swaddle wraps and pillows. So come and make the bed, and if you guys want to suggest what should be on the bed for Heath to make up.
What should be in there?
You can swaddle the baby if you'd like to swaddle the baby.
What's going in first? What is that?
Oh, from the corner of my eye.
I need to put some reflecting paper on it, but that's not important.
That one? This one? It's massive.
Do you need something on the bottom in there?
No,
we
we're
already got
10.
something, is it?
Is
No.
it fleecy though? You're not supposed to use fleecy.
I don't know. You're the one that said a baby.
I only use fleecy material because it doesn't
What is this
breathe.
anyway?
If it's like a polar fleece.
Okay, polar fleece is out. This one's on?
So,
So that's
something important on baby's beds is trying to keep plastic away from them. Polar fleece is plastic bags. So, same as mattress protectors. Up to you if you want to use a mattress protector. A lot of us just use the old square flat nappies as a cover. But you want to make sure your mattress protectors don't have plastic in them either. So,
What do you say about sheepskin?
Yeah, I was just reading it says not to.
yeah.
I mean, underneath the sheet.
Yeah.
not-
Oh, underneath the sheet, I would.
Well, you can get wool blankets.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say just plain wool blankets fine.
Oh.
Sheepskins have that risk of they hold a lot of dust. You know, you can keep them clean, but they do have the potential of holding a lot of allergens in them, dust mites, etc. But also it's that soft, they can sink into sort of fabric that you don't really want your faces if they roll over to sink into a sheepskin. Right. So we've got a bottom sheet.
Yeah, what's this one?
I find a fitted one better.
So another thing with bassinets is a pillowcase is quite often a really good mattress sheet.
It's huge, but that's how long baby is, okay.
I was just going to say well done, feet to the bottom. Right, and so what have you got choices out of blankets here?
Well, that's a no then.
Is it cotton?
I've got some sort, and that's what it should be there. Is that silky? Simply like silky.
I don't know. Andrew likes silky.
Or that one. I don't know.
So we'll pretend that that's a duvet. So we've got
That one's a duvet.
we'll pretend that's a duvet. So we've got a duvet, polar fleece, or a woolen blanket.
Woolen blanket.
Wonderful. All right, we've got a pillow.
Where?
We've
Oh,
got
there.
a bed.
Don't think so.
No,
We've got a pillow. And what about Teddy?
no titties.
Okay.
Go and sit there and look green and take it out in the morning.
Exactly. Exactly. And just about every baby shop you walk into will have a cot set up with so many safety breaches that you cannot believe. I've walked in here before, and once one of the other girls have set it up and gone, oh no. And it's just so ingrained in me that that stuff does not belong in the cot. Get it out. It really is about, so exactly what we said, face up, face clear, and that's what we want to do there. So perfectly made, Tanya, thank you. And Tanya's chosen to swaddle the baby. Swaddling is something you can or you may not like to do. Swaddling for some babies is about that fourth trimester thing, so it's keeping them in a nice, secure position. Too tight a swaddling has been associated with lowering their breathing. So the startle reflex, that swaddling stops, which is, you see the baby do it lots, and you blow on their face so they'll go, and they sort of throw their hands back, and it's a really, really normal reflex, but that's also slightly linked into breathing. And so if you actually do it yourself, if you throw your arms back, you'll feel your ribcage expand, and that's partially to do with breathing reflex. So it's all quite immature in a newborn. Their whole entire body is literally just working out what it's meant to do with itself. So if you are swaddling, you just need to make sure that it's comfortable but not tight. So it's probably sound really dodgy, the Russian orphanage type swaddling that they did, which is one arm down and one arm over, and baby could not move. That's the sort of swaddling we're saying not to do, but loosely and just giving them a bit of security can be fine. So any questions about the baby?
What's swaddling though? So if they're swaddled,
Yeah.
they can still have, because I think I read somewhere that, I think it was like with a merino swaddle or something, that they shouldn't have other blankets on them, like just swaddle them in this merino, but they can still have blankets and stuff.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
they're swaddled.
And some probably
Yeah.
not, but not to be.
In summer, a lot of people will swaddle with just a muslin cloth.
Yeah.
If that's something that they wanted to do is carry on swaddling, but merino is a wonderful fabric, heating and cooling. And they're not going to sweat in it, and that's the thing we don't want with the plasticky ones, is, but also BPAs we want to be careful of. Always just test down the back of baby's neck, so just a couple of fingers down there will give you a rough idea that baby's at the right temperature, so you don't want them too hot, too cold. Generally baby is going to need one more layer of clothing than you. So if you think you're under 2 warm blankets and sheet, a baby swaddled warm blanket and sheet, then it's probably about right.
There's some go bags or grow bags, whatever they're called, those are two sleeping sacks.
Sleeping sacks? Yeah. So personal choice there too, but that's something that, if you've got a really wiggly baby, it stops them, even if they kick all the blankets off, does still get a nice, actual grow bag on. Okay. That's the time.
42.
Yay, we're running. We're doing really well tonight. So one last reactivity. I'll get everyone that's on chairs to scoot forward to those that are on the couch, because it's easy to move chairs and a couch.
So she just put dish in the bathroom. Teenage girl. Oh, because the dog's on her. She's stressed. Her making a mess.
Done that, gone through that twice already. She's got her own duvet off our bed now that's covered in grossness.
She'll be in the bathroom.
Damn it, put a nappy on it.
We just put a crappy duvet on top when she got to sleep on the bed, and now it's her dog bed.
Cut a hole in the tail and put a kid's nappy on it.
Yeah, I can
She
finish
could just sleep in the bathroom. She has a it's you clean. No, I'm a boy. Yeah. We met the other one at home with the
The
dog.
fur baby.
The third baby. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see the carnage, but it'll be fine.
If I could put $100 on the toilet roll, we
Yeah.
Okay. So this is just a little bit of fun. So not needed. Nice to have, so it's going to be upside down.
That's right.
And need. So this is stuff for baby. So stuff you sort of want to have organised before baby makes their appearance. Sorry.
The very first one I did. And the midwife decided that we didn't need breast pads. For me, that was essential.
I should have said at the start, this is subjective, so you can decide what is something you absolutely need, something you think this might be nice to have, or it's not
really
needed
use
at all.
that while you're breastfeeding, so people don't have to.
Do you need it then?
Oh, I don't know, if you put them straight away.
Yeah. No. Usually, I
I
think
know,
it's
like a,
They even made a playmat.
some
nice.
people,
Nice.
Playmat. Mine was
Or is it
not?
not?
My baby's a bit
Yeah. Yeah,
Otherwise it was all over our carpet.
Yeah.
Same with that.
I put all
sort of
activities in them and nice to have. It's not like a total essential. But yeah, playmat.
Because in like two of mine,
We're refluxing and yeah.
And
Well, I certainly always lay him down on
We don't need
like old nappies and blankets and
yeah.
their toys and things. I had a playmat too, but I'm not sure they're going into it straight away.
Unless you want it.
Oh,
It's
it's
the same, I
like
know.
on the floor.
For me, it's
Yeah.
fairly needed, but some might need it.
Yeah, something
A
to go
clean
down.
playmat.
It's
Yeah.
probably nice to have, isn't it?
Probably.
Here we go.
So they haven't made all this.
Someone might need.
They haven't made all this stuff and
Someone might think it's
Yeah,
nice to have.
So some people might have absolutely no need for like a posture or a car seat.
They might strap their baby to them and just.
well,
Baby wear.
maybe
Yeah.
stuff and
Yeah, well, that's the
cage,
thing,
isn't
because
it?
like there was a baby carrier.
Yeah.
For some people, they might not want one of those or need, but some people that's what they use.
Absolutely. So, like everything, it's complete subjective, and especially our first babies, we tend to buy a lot of nice to have, that middle bit, and then as you get on, dare I say, you become a bit more utilitarian about it.
Ends up in the top shelf carriage.
Yeah. So, babies basically just need to be fed, so your breast nice and attached, to be loved, to be warm, and to have, something to be changed into. So, 4 very, very basic needs. You provide the food and the love. Hopefully the clothing in your house will provide the warmth, and then something to change through your organism needs some nappies of some sort. Basic baby layers. So again, this is a very subjective one, and it's always better to actually buy other items if you think you might need them, but don't buy them just in case. Buy them when you do actually need them. So there's no point spending money on a breast pump if you're never actually going to use it. And even if you do need to just pump off occasionally, like your midwife has said, let's help increase your supply a wee bit, we're going to get you to squeeze off some extra milk. Most of your midwives or the lactation consultant will just loan you one. So you might as well save yourself $100 and not buy one just in case. So basic baby needs, you guys. The one thing to note is if you are taking baby home in your car, it's a legal requirement that you do have a car seat for baby. It has to be within its use-by dates. Plunket will do this free of charge for you, even if you don't get one of their car seats. The little wee infant capsule, Plunket's the best place to go if you do want to just rent one. They just charge you a bond, and then it's a really small haulage fee, but they fit it properly into your car and everything else. If you buy it from somewhere else, Plunket will still, if you take it along to Plunket and say, can you guys help me? they'll just put it in and show it which is
You can buy the X rentals that's are still all
within the dates.
for like $45.
Yeah, so if you're buying one second hand, you need to be really, really careful, especially on trade van. You need to ask how long is it till its expiry date. You want to ask what the straps and the buckles are like. So if the straps have got any fraying, you don't want them. If the buckles are not clicking properly, you don't want it. Also, no car accidents and no high drops is the other thing. So a high drop is sort of like top of the fridge to the ground. So that's enough. Even though a car seat may still be fine after that, the test that they use to check if it's still fine would destroy it. So it's better to not do it. So if you can't get one brand new, Plunket keeps all of these in really top condition. So it's just a bond and a small highridge, especially those wee capsules that they're only going to use for about 6 months of that. Or if you're going second hand, just double check it. And lots of friends, if you ask for one, most of them would bring a car seat if it's a problem. But yes, any questions about what you probably need sorted out for daily? Well, if you think of anything, do just ask me later on. But pretty self. And did you guys find that as you had more children?
Yeah, I've got like a little bit something to whatever Friday, like hardly anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
It was also lovely, actually, in a good way, that when you say you're pregnant, suddenly you'll have all these people from work and people come out of the woodwork going, woohoo, I can get rid of all my stuff that's wet in the wardrobe. And you'll get suddenly piled on with quite a few new clothes. So, yeah. So wait a little bit before you buy some clothes. And if you are having a baby shower or something, suggest to people that they buy you larger sizes. Because you normally do find that you get given lots and lots of newborn things, and then suddenly baby grows and you've got nothing in the next size. So just be quite a handy wee thing to ask people for the larger bits. Right. Well, thank you everyone for coming. And yeah, we shall see you next week.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Jess, that's been sitting on with us. She is off to do her 5-day next week, which is sort of one of our qualifying things that we go off and do some group facilitation. But part of gaining our diploma with our Reiki is we have to attend 3 births. So Jess has just sort of done a little bit of an introduction about herself and what our Reiki is. So no pressure whatsoever. I was going to say, she has
already signed her up.
Absolutely no pressure for you guys to have her there or anything else. It's just an introduction from her. And it just gives you guys a bit more background about what I've done too, as far as diplomas.
Do you have stuff from last week?
Yes.
Information. I didn't see it. Wasn't it
No,
on
I
there?
didn't. I saw a thing saying we could send the video out or something.
Yeah, no, I
And
haven't
with
seen
your
it.
mobile number, but I didn't see any like print information.
I've written to myself that I've put it up.
You possibly have.
I
like-
haven't. I'll double check tonight. If it's not up there, I will certainly put it up for you. And because Nikki and he said it was fine, she shared it with you guys. So thank you for allowing that to know. That's really appreciate it. So and all the documents with it, I'll have up. I'm really sorry if I didn't put them up.
I remember seeing that.
Don't worry,
I was sort of waiting for it to come through my face.
Right.